Hey Denver people, here is the file and a video to go along with the file to show you how to use it. Let me know if you've got questions or if you need finer adjustments that you can't figure out. But what I would suggest is start with this file, and you can, if you want to adjust the level names, so if you're using volume, then you can change these. If you just double click on these, the label, it should pop up, open the label, and you can type in here. You can type in whatever you want, and those should update. And I don't think you should have to change the grade levels, but the same sort of thing there. You can double click in there and those will open up and you can type over it. You'll probably need to change the student's name, so again, just double click and it'll let you type whatever you want there. Okay, and then hopefully you have some students that have the same dates for interviews. So what I would suggest is first change the level names, then if you have some of the students, if you have a group of students that were interviewed on the same days, click on Show Date Adjustment, and then you can set all these. You have to set all these manually, so this is the part that's the most tedious. So if someone was interviewed on, January 3rd or something, you just sort of eyeball where you think January 3rd would be and drop it, and then somebody else on March 15th, so it'll be halfway through. And you're just going to go through and set all of those. Again, if you have multiple students that have the same dates, set all of those and then stop and make a copy of this page. So what I would do is I would go up to File and then Document Options, and then just say you want to add a page and you want to duplicate. And this first file, or the first page, the first tab was called Robert, and that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to add a duplicate of that, and as soon as you do that, you can change the name. So if you have a different student, you can change the name and say OK. And now if you look at the bottom of the GSP file, you should have one that's labeled Robert and one that's labeled Julie. And again, if the dates are the same, you'll have all these dates already divvied up and it'll save you a lot of time. Okay? If not, then just have to do each one of them individually. So, and again, if the names need to change here, change those before you make a bunch of copies, but then you can just keep doing this. So you just do File, Document Options, add a page, duplicate, and then you can duplicate whichever one you want. Put in the next kid's name, and like I said, you can just build all of these tabs at the bottom before you even start doing any of this. Okay, so let's go to the file or the page that's called Robert. So let's say that I've got the dates all spread out where I want them, and now I have to go put the data in. So I'm going to do this in two different parts. The first part is going to be to put in the tails for the kid. So what levels did you see? So if you click on Show Perpendicular Lines, this should give you the boundaries for the levels, for tops and bottoms of the levels. So for this example, if I say, well look, this was January 2nd or 3rd, and we saw them at pre-area quantity recognizer, area simple compare, and side to side, then I'd click on the line segment tool and I would just make a line segment. Make sure that you click on the intersection of that, so that both of those lines were both of the lines of the intersection were highlighted red when I clicked on that point, so that it's right on the intersection. And then maybe I also saw them operating at PRS. And so I put a PRS line segment in, and then I want to say, well, but we placed them at PC for that interview. So to do that, you're going to click on this little bottom tool down here, and I think just the first time you do this, it's going to make you select, and it's a tool called Level Box. So click on that, and then you have to click on the bottom. Actually, I don't think it matters. So you can click on the endpoints of that interval. So he was PC, which starts or goes from here to here. And then after you click on that, right away you have to click on Placement With, and when it'll show up, but you have to click on it to get it to build that thing. So you can do this either way. You can build each interview individually, or you can just quickly go through and click on all of these if you want to do the level placements. So it's relatively quick to build the level placements. If you just want to go through, you're going to have to drag this stuff over because it starts to get off the page, but like I said, that shouldn't be, hopefully that's not too long. Once you finish all those placements, then you can hide those perpendicular lines, and then you can also just click on this button here that says hide date adjustment, and it'll hide those lines that were in the background so you can see just what you wanted to see. And again, I didn't put the tails on these, but it'll hide those background lines. And then after you finish that, the other part is, I think, like I said, I think that should be everything that you need to be able to do. These little points show up though, and it's sort of annoying. So to hide those, after you finish the whole file, click on the point icon, and then do Command for a piece or for a Mac. So Command A, and that'll select all the points, and then Command H will hide all of them. And then you want those level names to show back up. And so if you just scroll over, there should be a button over here that says Show Level Names, and you can't click on it until you're on the arrow icon. And so you say Show Level Names, and those level names should pop back up. Hopefully that's enough to get you guys started. If you need little adjustments, let me know. And I forgot that if you run out of dates, so if you have more interviews than what's shown here, I put another button down here that just says show more dates, and it gives you a bunch of more vertical lines that you can divvy up. So you should be able to just grab one of them and move it out and set the date. And then all of those will get hidden when you say hide more dates. So those will all go away. So if you needed extra dates, you can just click on that. And then to print this, you want to go to File, and I believe Print Preview, and then say Custom. Let's see, I think you want to do Custom Page Scale, and then you have to just resize this little window. And you should be able to just move this up. I think I set it to landscape before so that it printed more nicely. And then I think if you hit print, it should give you options here. And then we were just saying print, and then we were saving it as a PDF. So that should work. I think I left, when you get ready to do that, you'll have to grab this stuff. So you can just select all of this stuff in a single box and then move it out of the way so that it doesn't print on the page. Hopefully that's everything. Like I said, if this is too high or too low, you needed to bring this down, I can fix that, but it's probably easier just to send it to me and ask me to change it rather than for me to try to explain it. So let me know if you've got other questions,